gotta be 5.
All right, we'll do 85.
Isn't it nice that I don't have a husband that hang out?
I have a question. Marlan, I have a question.
Yeah.
Out of your husbands, which one was the best and which one was the worst?
Mama!
Marshall said.
Plead the 5th!
Yeah.
Marshall
Plead the
corrected
5th!
Michelle's question. Which one was my father?
Yeah.
Out of all your husbands, which one was my father?
All I need to do is say which one's the good father.
We know the answer
I'm
to that.
gonna be your son for you.
We all know the answer to that.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
The best father to you of the 3, and you know the answer to that.
I mean, it's not even like.
It was
Not a
mom's
contest.
Dad. It was mom's dad. That was the best.
Yeah.
thing. Colin was the worst.
Did you just say he was an asshole?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not hold back.
But I have to tell you something.
Uh-oh.
I mean, I moved in, Paul, as a son-in-law, I lost the company I went to work for in Florida. Within the first year, the guy was a drug addict and went through all the money. I had nothing. All the money I saved, I was paying my students, everything was gone. And Michelle and Paul took me in. I rented a big
Bedroom.
big truck, I rented a truck, and I had a tow trailer behind with my car. I took a paper cup and put it in the front of the cab and stuck an American flag in it. I had a parrot, 5 canaries, and a dog with me. And I pulled up their driveway and they took me in.
Mama had to.
Thank you.
I mean,
Thank you.
you're an angel.
He told me he had no choice.
You, not, what about Michelle?
Not me. Not me. No, you get.
What about
You
her?
have to. You have to. He doesn't.
That's my son-in-law, for God's sake.
That's not your son-in-law, that's Homie the Clown.
That's my daughter. You wait until you know what Monica always says, she's gonna call you guys and say, isn't it time for you to have mom?
Oh, I call them on the reg.
So, to be a kid
Hey,
is one thing.
we got you this week.
That's right.
We got you this week.
It is 3 days.
You level setting?
3 days. How many does Bubby have? Yeah.
She's selling you out.
How to end the show with not being welcome anyway.
Oh, God, please.
But you took 80's room.
I know, yeah.
80,
Yeah, 80.
80, I did all of
Not
them.
really, but
And
80.
Sophie, their little dog.
Oh, I miss Sophie.
Her bathroom.
She was so sweet.
Sophie was the best dog.
And then,
So
gosh,
could
you
be.
didn't hear half the story, because when I lost that job and got to their house, I took a job selling light bulbs.
Oh my God.
They were good light
Was your
bulbs, so.
future real bright when you had that job?
But,
Mom, do you remember when I tried to get you into Munich Re with those light bulbs?
Into what?
Into Munich
Munich Re.
Re with the light bulbs.
Munich Re.
You don't remember that?
Per company.
To sell them.
No, I would go into dentist's office, I would lay the chair flat, stand on it, drop that same thing, put lights in and show them how you can more beautifully match instead of all this yellow coloring. I'm telling you, I did that. You know,
I remember,
learning
Mom.
to went from making 300,000 to sell light bulbs.
You had
Was
an
that your favorite
idea.
job?
I learned how to drive a tow truck. I had dragged a car that is 30 feet off the highway in snow by jerking it out with that tow truck.
Bumblebee.
I know how to go to an auto auction and buy a car until it's been damaged.
she's basically
Been
doing my
up,
speech.
been down
Oh.
there, been that road.
Picking
Right.
I remember
No, but this
just
is
to
all
make
it
ends
is.
Uh-huh.
meet,
Yeah,
you were delivering newspapers.
That's right.
that was
In
your
a car.
brother's job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I bequeathed that to you.
and you're welcome.
Here we are.
She got rolled for the delivery
You didn't
money.
wake up or what? So she was doing it?
She got held up.
Broke as a joke. We've gone from me getting this great job, we lost our house, moved to Lexington, and so Mark has a job delivering newspapers. So one day he goes and collects for people's accounts, but he doesn't write down who paid.
Well, to make it more complex, here's the problem. This was an apartment complex
Yes.
where there are 12 to 16 units in each building. So
my
there's
God.
multiple buildings, and it's like, holy shit, now it's like a matrix. I'm amazed, like, which one did I collect from? Didn't write any of that shit down.
He didn't write it
Spreadsheet man didn't write it down.
Learned how to be spreadsheet man.
Well, I will say, I'll add to this story because then at some point when I was in elementary school, we were doing one of those things where you sell like, it was like people could order candles
Oh, yeah.
or wrapping paper or,
Oh.
so she had the good idea to go to the rich neighborhood. So I took all these orders and then all this shit came in and we just never delivered it. So that year for Christmas, people got candles and snacks funded by the local.
Let's not forget Michelle being in
Girl Scouts.
And
Oh my
Selling
God.
Girl
the
Scout
cookies.
And
Keep track of who I sold them to.
Starting to see a pattern
And
here.
she sat on the box.
There's a through line through these stories.
Yes,
So when Mark did the newspaper
What happens when
thing,
you're on
I was supposed to be
That's right.
delivery.
The rel,
And
yeah.
I was out delivering newspapers.
sorry,
Mind you, I
Mom.
was a high school special ed teacher. Would you do something?
Uncle Mary.
You're getting yelled at.
I got boogers.
I'm in a room tipping all night.
Where is this?
Don't call your grandmother bruh.
Walks away from us.
But still,
Walk over there.
that doesn't mean you call her bruh.
Some of the most vivid family time memories I have are actually the lunch letters,
Oh
Yes.
my God.
right?
Was that Ekins thing?
That should have been on his tombstone. God damn it.
Everybody.
No, instead it said Big Easy, right?
Go big or go home.
Fireplace would be burning.
Yep.
All the oxygen out.
We'd be in the basement and we'd all pass out. Surprised we survived.
Collate
Staple.
staple. Yeah.
Ernie was
Sort.
my-
Oh my God, I met that.
Kentucky, I had a job where he decided that there was
highlighting
something called a
staple.
lunch letter in North Dakota, and somebody put together, supported by advertisers, quickly the daily news, and they would have it in restaurants, so when people would sit down, they would read the news, and the local people would advertise. So Ern decided, this is a guy, the kids gave him a mug once, and said if it's broken, I fix
Don't
it.
fix it. I fixed it. I fixed it.
If it's broken, fix it.
He did not have any mechanical ability at all. He was gonna set this up and get this started, so we bought this machine, a printing machine, and all the stuff it has in the basement.
It's got a drum with each.
Oh, yeah.
old
And you had-
school,
yeah.
all mechanical.
Inks, you gotta have the fixtures and all
Bigger.
that. And he gets so frustrated, he throws stuff across the room. And so we would finally get some printed. Well, to get them printed, now mind you, I'm director of programs for an entire school system. And I'm there, I have to wear a cap to work because I don't have time to do my hair because I'm doing a lunch letter. And you do everything on a typewriter, there's no computer, there's no justifying anything.
You had a dark room.
Oh, and then we were doing the MLS like, and so we had to go out and take pictures, we had to transfer. And so the kids would each have a job. One was like collating, then there was stapling, and there was cutting the edge off, and then we'd have to go out and deliver all these things.
Fold, you forgot fold.
Oh.
Sword, staple,
Oh,
cola.
that's-
But it was great family time. With our 3 channels on the.
Oh, yes.
TV, right?
ABC, NBC,
We
CBS.
had pillow furniture.
That's right.
In the basement, and we would like all lay there. and,
Shag
like,
carpet.
set-
You'd light the fire and the oxygen would go out of the room and we'd all.
Monica was a newborn baby, and I was gonna go down and steps, and I'm
Gee.
Throw the baby.
That's my baby.
You punted me.
So that's why they're not going.
So that, I wish Ekin was here with us today.
Yeah.
Yes, and you know, in so many ways.
I got his
He was a
chain.
great father
He was a
to us.
great.
He was a
person,
great
wasn't
father.
he?
Big Easy's chain.
Yeah, one time Michelle was with her girlfriend, they went to the neighborhood tennis court, and what grade were you in, Michelle?
Like 7th grade, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some bigger kids, some college guys came and said, let us just play around. Well, they got
For
them off
15
the
minutes,
court,
yeah.
wouldn't let them back on. So she came home all upset that they got kicked off the court, so Ern went over with her, and he said to this guy, do you want me to rearrange your frame? So they let them work.
Well, how about when Marsh, you going where I'm going?
Yeah.
Marsh and I in our room, we're like just laughing our asses off, just yucking it up, being brothers. I don't know, it's 10, 11 o'clock at night, whatever, and Ekin's all pissed. I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna shove your head through the sheets. That made us laugh. How you gonna do that?
One time we were driving and they were out in the back seat, and Ern said, I'm gonna pull over and put you in the truck, and they thought,
Let's do it.
Wait, Mom, you have to tell the story about like cleaning his apartment.
No. Remember, Mark, when we would go over and clean his and Lowell's apartment?
Yep.
And,
Whoa.
Lowell.
Whoa.
Yeah, his roommate Lowell.
Yeah.
$80.
It was a bachelor pad.
And Grandpa Ernie had a cat.
He did.
No
If
way.
you sat on the sofa, it was Lowell's cat. If you sat on the sofa, he said, he'd look out of the corner of his eye, you could see that cat. He said if he took his eye, his peripheral off him, it's a mean ass cat, he said.
And when
So, Ernie,
when he lived near
before
us,
married-
he spent a lot of baseball games watching Garen.
Yeah. Went to every,
Yeah.
yeah, went to all of Austin's.
Always there.
Went to all of Austin's shows.
Always there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So before we were married, Ern lived probably like 2 blocks away. But Ern was always the guy that had to eat at a certain time, and he would grill like steaks and stuff for himself. Well, Mark would get on his bike at dinner time and go over to Ern's just about the time Ern was putting dinner out.
Chow time.
Big Easy for
The
Sheezy.
only thing you guys vandalized was stealing vegetables out of people's gardens.
We had to eat.
Rhubarb. That's right, rhubarb pie.
I told him to go back to the house.
Let's do it.
Whenever we want.
You ready to wrap up?
Okay, let's,
Carly.
we paid, let's
The
back
door's
up.
What do we have? What do we have? Like,
Whatever grandma needs help with, we'll take these kids down, whatever grandma needs.